The President shall not declare a state of war between the Federation and another country, except with the sanction of a resolution of both houses of the National Assembly sitting in a joint session. I believe that this is a condition precedent.
We also take exception to use up the military force until all other avenues as mentioned above are exhausted. As a consequence, will be casualty among innocent citizens who go about their daily businesses. Besides,
good day, Your Excellency. The news got to us today that the ECOWAS has decided to invade Niger. What is your opinion on this, sir?
Well, thank you very much. I believe that President TINUBU is not president of ECOWAS. I saw a press conference here in Washington, D.C. that the president of ECOWAS have declared that ECOWAS service chiefs should move to war. And that is not Nigeria, but I'm still having my reservation that Nigeria should join ECOWAS to go to war. Because if the Americans want to go to war, they should use their troops. They have almost 3,000, 4,000 troops there in Niger. They don't need to say, we will give you money, President TINUBU, we will give you arms, just go and fight. It is dangerous to fight in our backyard. You don't know where this fight will end. Nobody knows who is sponsoring this fight. I think the advisors of President TINUBU, which I'm also one of them, will continue pleading on him not to join that fight. Since Nigerian Senate have already said, no, you can't go to war, and he needs authorization of the Senate to go to war. So I don't think it's a good idea to go to war. What they should go to the juntas to do now to put a democratic process plan. They should give us a plan for 1 year, 6 months, 2 years plan to return to civil democratic process. Since they said the president of Niger, President Bushom, have already resigned. Let us take it like that. These things happens once in a while. And I don't think any Nigerian soldier's head is good enough to be killed for another country. It's not our war. It's an internal affair. It's an internal problem of Niger people. I hope my president and my friend and my brother will understand that this is not our war. We have nothing to fight those people for. I want him not to listen to the U.S. I'm a friend of the U.S. I'm a friend of Israel. I'm a friend of UK. This is the first time I would like President TINUBU to disobey the U.S. It's not the right thing to do. We are not going to go to war. Let U.S. and Nigeria and France have a transitional program with the soldiers. They are Niger people. They are not outside from there. So let them plan transition in peaceful diplomacy, agreements, and all the rest of them. They should reach an agreement, concrete agreement, to return to civil rule. I'm not thinking they're going to war with Niger. One, they are our blood brothers. Secondly, it is very dangerous. You don't know who will join the war. They might invade Nigeria. We already have a lot of problems with our minerals along those borders. And nobody should attempt taking us into war. We cannot go to war with Niger at all, at all. It's not the right thing to do. We must pull out of ECOWAS. If it means pulling out of ECOWAS, Nigeria should pull out of ECOWAS. If that is ECOWAS' decision. We're a sovereign nation. Nobody can toil with 250 million Nigerians. It's not possible. So I still plead, and it's just I'm in Washington. I could have gone to see President TINUBU. I still plead with him not to join the war. He's chairman of ECOWAS, yes. But he also have a role to play to say, I'm not going to go to war. The United States want us to go to war. France wants us to go to war. Why don't they put their soldiers and go to war? We'll give them the money to fight. Let them go to war on their own. We cannot go to war. This war is in our backyard. I plead with the president to listen to the voice of reason. The Senate have said no. And I'm joining the Senate. I wasn't in the Senate now. I was in the medicals, and I still join the majority of Nigerians telling President TINUBU not to go to war for the sake of brotherhood and sake of Africa. Please.
The president shall not declare a state of war between the Federation and another country.
In daji ana yi musu turke kamar awaki. Ana cinikin su sako ne ya ba su ana isa ko bai isuwa ba.
Regrettably, the 7-day ultimatum we issued during the 4th summit has not yielded the desired outcome.
Isn't it time that the African head of states or the ECOWAS head of states look into the reason why there are coup d'etats? What are the root causes of coup d'etats? Let them put their house in order first before they set up an anti-coup d'etat unit. Let them put their house in order. And I believe their house is not in order. This unit is set up to defend them and to protect them only, nobody else.
What resolve the issue? Let me re-emphasize that for almost 2 decades, Nigeria is battling insurgency, more especially in Borno, Yobe, and some northern states. And also concerned about the situation of Mali.
I represent Abia South. Constitutional point of order, section 4A. I read, the president shall not declare a state of war between the Federation and another country except with the sanction of a resolution of both houses of the National Assembly sitting in a joint session. I believe that this is a condition precedent to section 5A.
Constitutional point of order.
Regrettably, the 7-day ultimatum we issued during the 4th summit has not yielded the desired outcome. We have also made diligent effort through the deployment of various ECOWAS mediation teams. I'm glad Abdul Salam Abubakar is here. His Eminence is here. Baban Konogingibe is here to give you their report and their observation during the intervention. I must, on behalf of every one of you, show gratitude to them. This summit is a testament to the power of collaboration and unity. We have reaffirmed our commitment to the people of Niger and to the progress of our entire ECOWAS community. We will continue with that. And you will see from the communique of this extraordinary summit that no option is taken off the table, including the use of force as a last resort.
All measures, in particular border. So meaning, I am not in support of coup d'etat. But I have a concern before setting up a unit or anti-coup d'etat unit in ECOWAS, isn't it time that the African head of states or the ECOWAS head of states look into the reason why there are coup d'etats? What are the root causes of coup d'etats? Let them put their house in order first before they set up an anti-coup d'etat unit. Let them put their house in order. And I believe their house is not in order. This unit is set up to defend them and to protect them only, nobody else. What is more coup d'etat than your national constitution gives you 2-term limit, 5 years, 2 terms. After serving 10 years, you want to change the constitution for another term. Is that not a coup d'etat? Because you feel you have the powers to do that. The soldiers have the powers to coup d'etat. That is also another coup d'etat. And they are living with them there. They are there. In the name of civilian, putting on mufti clothes, calling yourself a Democrat, when you loot all the resources of your country, mislead people, torture them, imprison them, burn their businesses to us, and you call that a democracy? Or a civilian rule and an illegally elected government? The leaders must stop lying to their electorate first. They must stop the corruption. They must stop looting our resources. They must understand that they are not a better citizen than anybody. They are given a responsibility, a role to play, to help develop the countries and make sure that there is peace and tranquility and respect the constitution of the country. But this is not happening. Example is this government. This government has lied to people in 2016 that they are going only for 3 years. Was that not a lie? Who asked them to tell people that we are going for 3 years? Were they forced to say that? They went around the whole country, lied to everyone. When the people started reminding them, this is what you promised us, they threw tear gas on them. And the president is bragging, yes, when I threw tear gas in them, they never came back. Does that not anger the citizens? You throw tear gas on your people. Some of them are wounded and you stand out there and bragging that I throw them a tear gas. They never come back. That alone can anger the citizens. You promised the people you will have a security sector reform. It's never happening. The civil service sector reform is never happening. The Jani Commission was violated before the end of the commission. When you take all the assets of the former president, and now you are busy buying assets, your days are coming. I thought they should have learned, or they could have learned from this. Unfortunately, they are not learning. So before you create a unit to go against any attempt of coup d'etat, put your house in order, stop lying to your electorate, stop lying to your citizens, stop looting the resources of your country, stop corruption in your country. And then you can talk about anti-coup d'etat. When Alpha Condé was killing his people in Guinea, after serving 10 years, he said it was not enough. I want to serve another term. During the process, So many Guineans were killed. And I did not hear any ECOWAS going there or condemning him. You know why? Because Guinea was too big for them, or Alpha was dancing to their tune. Because I think that was why the small Gambia was surrounded all sides by soldiers and guns in 2016. Because Gambia was small, or Gambia is a small country, and Jammeh was not dancing to their tune. After the presidential election in Guinea, more than 300 Guineans were butchered, killed. No ECOWAS condemned him. No African Union condemned him. Instead, they pick up their phones and say, Monsieur le Président, félicitations, congratulations. That is the fair game that is happening in Africa. They can condemn Mali, they can condemn Guinea, they are soldiers. But the one in Chad, who has been given a red carpet for the African Union, was never condemned, and he's a soldier too. He's a soldier. They can give him a red carpet to the African Union. But the other soldiers are condemned for their attempt, or for their act. Where is the fairness in ECOWAS or in the African Union? They are not representing us. I believe they are representing themselves. So we are calling them to remember that power belongs to the people. Alassane Ouattara knows how he came into power with Gbagbo. He knows. But he finished his 10-year term, he changed the constitution for another term. They are there with him. Nobody condemns him. They are not there to condemn him because he's dancing to their tune. So I'm calling on ECOWAS to do the right thing. We young Africans, we are here watching, and we fear nothing. I don't have to be a president to be a Gambian. I don't have to be a president to contribute my quota towards national development. But I'm a proud Gambian and a proud African.
My dear friends, very good afternoon. I am Senator Suleiman Abdurrahman Kau Sumaila, OFR, PhD, representing Kano South Senatorial District from Kano, spokesman of Northern Senators Forum. I am here this afternoon to address you on some issues, some topical issues to do with representation on behalf of our caucus of Northern Senators Forum. Can I continue? It is irrespective of the going or what is going on with our neighbors, Niger Republic. The title is Northern Senators Forum. As a forum, we condemn, we the Northern Senators Forum, or caucus, on 10th Senate, under the leadership of Abdul Ahmed Ningi, not with the concern and condemn in its entirety the unfortunate development in Niger Republic, where the military possibly upstaged a democratically elected government of President Mohamed Bazoum. The Northern Senators also take cognizance of the effort of ECOWAS leaders under the able chairmanship of our dear President Bola Ahmed TINUBU in resolving the situation in Niger Republic. The emphasis, however, should be focused on political and diplomatic means to restore democratic governance in Niger Republic. We also take exception to use of the military force until all other avenues as mentioned above are exhausted. As a consequence, will be casualty among the innocent citizens who go about their daily businesses. Besides, about 7 northern states are share border with Niger, namely Kebbi State, Sokoto State, Zamfara State, Katsina State, Jigawa State, Yobe, and Borno State, respectively. We are also aware of the situation of Mali, Burkina Faso,